don't feel I deserve any credit because it's all through him. And I'm so proud of him, and that just the way he pulls through things, and just how he's so independent, and just how he has so much confidence and doesn't need anybody in there. You know what I mean? It's I'm really, really proud of him.
And you guys have gone through so much yourselves in terms of dealing with us, obviously, and dealing with just getting engaged and so on and so forth. So the culmination of this, where you, I know, we can't help it, but the culmination of it all now is that he's an NBA champion and you're about to be married to one. What do you think about that?
What happens when the walls of one of basketball's most celebrated dynasties begin to show cracks? That's the question echoing through LA right now as whispers grow louder about Vanessa Bryant, widow of the late Kobe Bryant, facing explosive allegations that could rewrite the story of Lakers royalty. The claim, tearing through group chats and sports talk circles alike, that Vanessa is secretly expecting a baby, and that the father is not just any man, but a rising young star in the NBA. And the alleged source of this personal earthquake, none other than LeBron James, the current face of the Lakers, a man Kobe once publicly congratulated in what turned out to be his final message to the world. It's an allegation so combustible, it threatens not just reputations, but the entire mythology of the purple and gold.
So proud of him. I knew he was going to come through, and he did it. He did it, and I knew it. I knew this was it.
Was it difficult to sit there and watch this go on?
Yeah, I cried. I cried the whole fourth quarter. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink anything. I was just chilling. That's it.
These guys did such a great job this year, and obviously he says he gives you a lot of credit for sort of keeping him calm and relaxed. Is that kind of a nice feeling to have from him from that angle?
The timing alone fuels the intrigue. Vanessa was just recently photographed in high spirits, smiling with her daughters at Dodger Stadium, celebrating Kobe's legacy with the kind of grace that has made her a public figure admired beyond the sports world. But barely weeks after those images warmed fans' hearts, the rumor mill lurched into overdrive. Social media feeds began swarming with unverified snapshots and captions suggesting that Vanessa was more than just glowing from the summer sun. And as if that wasn't enough, the plot thickened with reports of latent text messages allegedly between Vanessa and an unnamed player, painting a picture of a bond far deeper than friendly conversation. According to those pushing the story, these weren't just casual exchanges. We're talking steamy, emoji-laced threads hinting at private meetups, mutual can't-wait-to-see-you messages, and an energy that insiders describe as impossible to misinterpret. The big question hanging over this digital paper trail: who had the access to leak them? Was it someone inside the Lakers organization, maybe a staffer with a grudge, or a loyalty to another player? Or was the betrayal closer to home, from within Vanessa's own trusted circle, someone who decided the public needed to see what was happening behind closed doors?
I talk to her every single day and just, continue to pray for her and stay positive for her. I tell her every day she's the strongest woman I know. And I'm really, really proud of just how she's handling everything, and just want to continue to be there, as much as I can for her as a friend. She's just an amazing human being, just amazing.
Vanessa, for her part, hasn't stayed silent. She's already clapped back at pregnancy talk by channeling Rihanna on Instagram, posting that instantly viral image of the singer flipping the bird with the caption, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant and having fun all summer." But while that sharp-edged humor satisfied some of her followers, others saw it as deflection because they argue the conversation is no longer about whether she's pregnant. It's about whether the texts are real, and if so, whether they're the reason a man like LeBron James would step into the line of fire to blow the lid off the situation. And that's the twist that has every sports desk and gossip page colliding: the alleged role of LeBron himself. The whispers say he took the information straight to certain higher-ups, not to stir trouble, but to protect the franchise from being dragged into a soap opera during a crucial season. Others, however, see a very different game plan, a calculated power move to assert dominance inside the Lakers locker room and redirect public attention from his own ongoing controversy. Either way, if the allegations are true, it's a shocking breach of trust. After all, LeBron and Kobe once shared the rare kind of mutual respect that transcended competition, and Vanessa's place in that circle has always seemed untouchable.
She's amazing. I was there helping, doing everything I possibly can to make the process easier for my wife, and but ultimately, she did all the work. I was just there just trying to help her out.
What makes this more than just tabloid fodder is the emotional currency wrapped up in the Bryant legacy. Vanessa has spent the last 5 years carefully guarding her family's public image while championing Kobe and Gianna's memory through charity work, public tributes, and even battles in court. We all remember the way she stood on the field at Dodger Stadium earlier this month, watching her youngest daughters take part in ceremonial moments honoring their father. That was a city reaffirming its love for her family. And now, barely a heartbeat later, the conversation has turned to whether one of the franchise's current leaders has privately accused her of conduct that could fracture that bond forever. Insiders say the alleged text messages first surfaced in a tightly guarded group chat, a circle of only a handful of people with both personal and professional proximity to the Bryant family and the team. From there, they supposedly trickled into the inbox of a figure with significant influence in the Lakers hierarchy. What happened next is the subject of wildly conflicting accounts. Some insist that LeBron was briefed only after the fact and reacted with concern, urging the matter be handled discreetly. Others swear that he was the one who insisted it couldn't be buried, arguing that anything that could tarnish the team's image should be confronted head-on before it blew up publicly.
So we're incredibly proud of him. And there's some solace in knowing that he was probably going to be a part of the 2020 Hall of Fame class.
Vanessa and Natalia, we continue to keep you in our thoughts and prayers, and we marvel at your strength. And congratulations on Kobe's election.
For those who've watched Vanessa navigate the brutal spotlight for decades, the idea that her private life could become weaponized in this way is both shocking and oddly familiar. We've seen her endure tabloid speculation before, from the 2003 scandal that shook her marriage to the 2011 near divorce that she and Kobe ultimately walked back. In each of those storms, she emerged without publicly airing her side, letting time and the public's shifting focus work in her favor. But this time, the stakes feel different. This isn't just her own reputation, it's the brand her late husband helped build, and the one she's worked tirelessly to preserve. There's also the unspoken tension between her and the team's current leadership. While publicly, tributes to Kobe remain a cornerstone of the Lakers' identity, statues outside the arena, special jerseys, nights dedicated to his memory. Privately, sources suggest that not everyone in the organization is comfortable with the constant intertwining of past and present. If LeBron did in fact expose this alleged relationship, it may have been about more than moral judgment. It could be about redefining the Lakers' cultural center of gravity, shifting it from Kobe's legacy to the here and now era.
Vanessa, what does Kobe's election into the Hall of Fame mean to you and your daughters?
It's an incredible accomplishment and honor, and we're extremely proud of him. Obviously, we wish that he was here with us to celebrate, but it's definitely the peak of his NBA career and every accomplishment that he had as an athlete.
The public, of course, is eating up every breadcrumb. Threads on fan forums are dissecting Vanessa's recent public appearances, zooming in on everything from the way she carried her purse to whether she held a drink in her latest Instagram story. Meanwhile, sports radio in LA has been torn between discussing the Lakers' preseason prospects and diving headfirst into the gossip, with callers either defending Vanessa as the victim of malicious gossip or insisting that where there's smoke, there's fire. The Rihanna meme only added fuel, a middle finger to the rumor mill, in one sense. But in another, a signal that she's aware of the chatter and isn't afraid to address it indirectly. It's worth noting that, despite the noise, no one in Vanessa's immediate circle has come forward to confirm anything. That silence has left plenty of room for speculation about the motivations behind the leak. Could it be financial leverage, personal revenge, or an internal power struggle so deep that it's willing to risk collateral damage to the Bryant name? The lack of a clear answer has only magnified the impact of every new whisper, every half screenshot that accidentally lands in a reporter's DM.
Kobe Bryant and his wife Vanessa, the now retired Kobe Bryant. So I've got to ask her the first question. What's it like having him hanging around all the time?
We love it.
You do love it?
Yeah, we actually do. We got used to him being around the last 3 seasons because of his injuries.
Right.
Yeah, so it's great having him home.
I know you guys are expecting a third daughter, so congratulations. I can highly recommend that.
Even more tantalizing for those tracking the drama is the fact that the Lakers as an organization have issued no formal statement. Not a single executive has gone on record to deny or downplay the chatter. In the vacuum, theories multiply. Perhaps they are letting the story run its course to avoid giving it legitimacy. Or maybe, as some insiders claim, there's an active internal review, a quiet gathering of facts before deciding whether to stand behind their star or side with the widow of the man many still consider the greatest Laker of all time. The emotional whiplash for fans is real. Just days ago, Vanessa was celebrated alongside her daughters at yet another public tribute to Kobe, a continuation of the city's long-running embrace of the Bryant family. The contrast between that heartfelt public moment and the shadowy rumors swirling now is almost cinematic. It's the stuff of off-court drama that, in a city like LA, can sometimes rival the games themselves in intensity and public obsession.
Yeah, I'm gonna accomplish this. I'm gonna move forward and strive to do this in the future. But everything I set out to do, I did. And he was such at peace, and his wife was just his wonderful wife, Vanessa, was just a few feet away when he was talking to me. And he was I'd never seen him that happy, that at peace. And that's why it just hit me so hard when he ultimately passed away.
Thank you.
And so the questions remain, hanging heavy in the air over Staples Center's rafters and across the timelines of millions. If the leak is genuine, what exactly was in those messages that prompted such drastic alleged action? Why would LeBron, a man deeply aware of public optics, step into such volatile territory, knowing the fallout could engulf the entire team? And perhaps most compelling of all, how will Vanessa, a woman who has mastered the art of surviving storms, choose to navigate this one? And just when it seemed the scandal couldn't twist any tighter, whispers surfaced about a letter, one allegedly written by Kobe Bryant himself, long before that fateful helicopter flight changed everything. According to those claiming to have seen it, the message was tucked away among personal papers addressed to Vanessa and written with the kind of guarded urgency that makes the skin prickle. And in it, Kobe is said to have warned her of snakes in the grass, cautioning that some of the people closest to them were not who they appeared to be. The phrasing, if true, is haunting. A man at the peak of his legacy, hinting at betrayal that could come from within their own carefully guarded circle. No one has produced the original, and yet insiders swear they've read it. A stark, almost prophetic piece of writing now being framed as proof that Kobe might have foreseen this exact type of storm.
He and I saw each other about 3 weeks before he passed away when we were both partying in Hollywood for New Year's Eve. And it was the happiest I had ever seen him. It was the first time in all the years that I've known him, and I had known him since 1996. And it was the first time that I ever saw him where he was feeling no pressure.
The letter's authenticity is, of course, another battlefield. Some say it's a complete fabrication, a bit of Hollywood myth-making dropped into the rumor cycle to magnify Vanessa's current ordeal. Others argue it's entirely plausible, citing Kobe's reputation for meticulous planning and his awareness of the shifting loyalties that can come with fame and fortune. Whether it's real or not, the mere existence of the story changes the conversation. Now, we're not just looking at Vanessa's alleged relationship and LeBron's possible involvement. We're also peering into the idea that Kobe himself may have tried to leave her a roadmap for navigating treachery. This ominous possibility bleeds directly into the bigger picture for the Lakers. The franchise has weathered drama before, clashes between Shaq and Kobe, front office power struggles, high-profile departures. But this has a different gravity. This isn't about contracts or playoff runs. It's about the public collision of two legacies: the untouchable memory of Kobe Bryant and the still active reign of LeBron James. If the rumors continue unchecked, every handshake, every courtside glance between Vanessa and the organization will be parsed for signs of fracture.
With all due respect, that is not what she said. She didn't talk about him and his misery. She talked about hers. She said, I expect you to win every year. You understand what I'm saying? She intimated that anything less is unacceptable. Well, she has basically said that when he doesn't win,
he's tough to deal with.
She's tough.
Inside the arena's executive suites, that dynamic is delicate. The Lakers have built part of their brand on honoring Kobe. His jerseys hanging in the rafters, his image etched into the culture. Vanessa's presence at tributes has been both symbolic and strategic, reinforcing the emotional bond between the team and its fans. But now, some insiders fear that the continued swirl of personal allegations could strain that connection, forcing the Lakers to choose between protecting the privacy of a grieving family and shielding the current roster from collateral damage. A wrong step in either direction could send ripples through their public standing for years. On the court, LeBron remains the face of the team, but off it, his alleged role in exposing the scandal introduces questions about his influence beyond basketball. Could this be the first visible crack in a relationship between him and the Bryant legacy? A relationship the franchise has spent years presenting as nothing but mutual admiration. For a fan base already split over the team's recent performance, it's a combustible mix. Some have rushed to Vanessa's defense, citing her charitable work and her refusal to let grief derail her public commitments. Others, emboldened by the rumors, question whether she has compromised the very legacy she has sworn to protect.
That's it. So all I'm trying to say is that if the day comes where a divorce ever happens, I'm Kobe Bryant, I'm plastering up this quote. And I'm saying 11 times, 11 years I've had to deal with this. I am a victim. I am suffering, and I deserve, Your Honor, I deserve some consideration. Thank you, Vanessa. I would be happy with that quote if I was Kobe. Oh, yes.
The reaction outside Los Angeles is no less intense. National sports shows have pivoted segments to dissect not just the Lakers' preseason strategies, but the optics of a potential feud between the widow of one of the league's greatest players and its current superstar. The term dynasty is being used less as a celebration and more as a question mark. Can the Lakers sustain the mythos that has fueled their global appeal if internal loyalties begin to unravel under the weight of scandal? Adding fuel to the fire is the notion that if Kobe's alleged letter is genuine, someone had to leak its existence. Who would risk exposing something so personal, and why now? Timing in these situations is never accidental. Dropping such a narrative when Vanessa is already under scrutiny could be a deliberate attempt to tip public sentiment, either in her favor as a sympathetic figure or against her as someone whose late husband might have suspected betrayal all along. In either case, it's a ruthless play, and it suggests there may be more unseen pieces to this puzzle.
You're gonna have a problem if he doesn't, since he spent his time away from the family and all of that stuff, on the road doing what you gotta do, trying to win. That means out of 16 years, he got 5 rings. That means 11 seasons, he didn't come home with the chick, which means that you had a problem. You had a problem with him, and if you had a problem with him, it was stressing.
The Lakers organization has kept silent, but silence can sometimes speak louder than denial. Every day without a statement allows the story to sprawl further, giving oxygen to every theory no matter how far-fetched. For those who thrive on speculation, it's the perfect environment: a celebrated family, a historic franchise, and a headline-making superstar, all tangled in a narrative that refuses to fade away. And as more voices join the conversation, the stakes keep rising. We're talking about a potential shift in how one of the most beloved sports families in America is perceived, a recalibration of the internal power structure in a multi-billion-dollar franchise, and the possibility that the truth, whatever it is, could be far more explosive than the rumors themselves. If the letter exists, could it contain names, events, or warnings that would throw the entire Lakers hierarchy into chaos? And if it doesn't, who benefits most from pretending it does?
You know, the word innocent comes to mind when I think about Kobe Bryant and him being a victim.
Right.
And let me say why. Allow me to say why. Because you've been in the league 16 years. Yeah. You only got 5 rings. That means 11 times you've given that boy problems. That's what it means to me.
One thing's for certain, whether it's the genuine unraveling of a dynasty or a carefully staged attempt to smear Vanessa Bryant's name, the final chapter hasn't been written. Every new detail, every fresh leak, every silent non-denial pulls us deeper into a story where loyalty, legacy, and power are all on the line. Could we be watching the beginning of the end for the seamless alliance between the Bryant family and the Lakers? Or will this storm pass, leaving only the faintest cracks in an otherwise unshakable bond? Let us know what you think in the comments. Because whatever side you take, this saga is far from over. Stay sharp, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.